Hello everybody and welcome to the Season 3 PPTQ here at GameSwap Mason, brought to you by Top Deck Productions. This is the first round of Top 8. We've got Craig Kuchar versus Alex Kahn on Merfolk, and Alex is on the play. I want to say congratulations to our Top 8 competitors, who are Ryan Kurz, Billy Caminos, Alex Kahn, Logan Young, Craig Kuchar, Justin Gobing, Hunter Husko Fugit, and Hunter Wagner. We got a pretty diverse top 8 for you. We've got Jun Shadow, Humans, Merfolk, Tron, Jeskai, Infect, Blue Eye Control, and Elves. And here we're going to see the Tron versus Merfolk action. So Alex is going to start off here with my favorite card in the deck, Silvergill Adept. I love the art on this card. Let's bring up Silvergill Adept and just kind of leave it up for the whole match, because I like this art a lot. Bring up the good one. It's the Lorwyn one. Lorwyn one's the best. Yeah, I want to see I want to see Elves too. We'll try and put Elves on next. I'd like to feature the players we didn't get to see in the top 8. I kind of tried to predict who made the top 8. I got it half right, so I think I did okay there. I did miss a couple of people, and so we'll try to get them. We'll try to get some of the people who weren't on in the Swiss on in the top 8. And we're going to see a spreading seas on the tower, and I think that's really, Connor. Would you say that that's really where you're trying to be here in the Merfolk versus Tron matchup?
Putting spreading seas on land seems good to me.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to get in there for 2 with the little Silvergill Adept. I want to see Silvergill Adept. I want to read this card.
Yeah.
I love Silvergill Adept. There we go, spreading sea. We're gonna.
Now, why didn't he use that spreading seas land to pay for that Sylvan Scrying?
I want this. I want the Lorwyn one. This is the new one. This one's good too, though.
Yeah, let's look at Alex's one.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
I like this Silvergill Adept. I thought it was really cool that they brought it back, and we're gonna see another card here. Let's see the Lorwyn one. There we go. That's the good one from Matt Kovada, who was the art director at Wizards of the Coast for a while. Yeah,
I think that card looks gorgeous.
It's great. I love the color palette. It really stands out against the water in the background and the ruins. So Silvergill Adept, you have to reveal. You can reveal a Merfolk from your hand to reduce its cost, and then you get to draw a card. That's it. Just a 2/1 that draws a card.
Yeah.
And then all your lords pump it, and it kills you
with an additional cost that's basically not existent.
Yep. Oh, I like casting this thing for 5 though. I've done it. It's great.
Why have you done that?
Sometimes you have 5 lands and you top deck it. You have 5 lands, no cards in hand, and you top deck it. And it's great. He's just flashing in this Trickster for no value. Let's see the Merfolk Trickster. Trickster was such a great pickup from Dominaria for this deck. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, damn, that is going in this deck like... Wow.
And in this scenario, since there's not already a creature out, Alex just wants to have block.
This art is great. It's this little Merfolk pulling a wizard into the water, making it not do anything. For double blue, you get a 2/2 with flash, which is already really good. You get to hold up counter magic and then flash this bad boy in. When Merfolk Trickster enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls. It loses all abilities until end of turn. You want to tell the viewers at home how you can what you can do with this in Tarmogoyf?
It just turns into a 0/1, and then you block it.
Yeah.
But you wait till it's attacking so it doesn't tap it before combat.
Yeah. It's pretty neat.
Yeah. But what it does in this matchup is it taps and, shuts off Ulamog before combat and does the same thing with Wormcoil Engine.
That's right.
It's just a free attack. But right now, Alex is just developing a board state.
Yeah, he's trying, he's got 2 spreading seas out. So he's just trying to close the game before Craig actually gets to Tron, because Craig probably only needs Tron for like 1 turn.
Yeah, Craig, he probably has something to do. He probably has an O-Stone or something in hand. Hey, man, if Alex wins it all, he gets to go with us to the RPTQ.
That's another friend to come with us. We're really piling it up.
Yeah, really. Everybody that we know is queued, basically.
That's not true. And we still have a few more of these.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see the Mutavault, he says. It's not like he could have done anything about it.
And then
he's
just
gonna
die.
Dismember it and then die anyway, he says.
Okay, Alex really put on the pressure there. You know, once he got two of the Tron lands under spreading seas, he just went for it. You know, like, I'm gonna just dump my hand, close the game before he can get to Tron. And that's what he did. He executed on his game plan. So I have deck lists over here. I'm gonna go ahead and pass the Tron list over to our Tron expert over here. I don't know if
he's not here. No, I'm just kidding. It's me.
And I'm gonna look at the Merfolk deck here. I like this list. It's a lot of 4-ofs.
What Craig's doing here, most of you saw my configuration of this earlier. His difference is he's playing 4 Forests, 1 Sanctum, same as me, and 2 Ghost Quarter, and no 4th utility land. Now, I don't think that's incorrect by any means.
This is a pretty typical list.
Yeah, this is pretty typical. This is a pretty standard list. 3 Worms, 1 Walking Ballista, 2 Ullamogs, 1 Worldbreaker, 1 Emrakul the Promised End over the second Ballista. I've tried it. I don't like it. I'm not saying it's wrong, but, you use your own experience, 4 O-Stone like I do, 2 Dismember, which I am also not a fan of, and that 2 Dismember is replacing the second.
This is your more typical Tron list. It just looks like a copy paste from a recent top 8.
It really does.
And that's not a bad way to go, especially if you just put the deck together. But after you've tuned it for a little while, I think you end up more on the list that Connor's running.
It's still all really solid. Like, the more typical Tron list is still a good Tron list. I've just tuned it down to what I prefer. Mm-hmm. Whether or not Craig has tuned it down to what he prefers, that's that's not for me to judge.
We'll go over Alex's list a little bit here. He's got 4 of every creature in his deck, 13 islands. He's got 4 of every creature and spell in his deck, and 4 Mutavaults, and then he's got 1 Cavern of Souls, 1 Manamo School of Water's Edge, 1 Ouroboros, the Palace, and in the clouds, and 13 islands. We'll talk a little bit more about the Manamo and the School of Water's Edge, but I really want to talk about his sideboard. How many different cards is Alex playing in his sideboard?
Zach, he's playing 4 different named cards.
Oh boy, I am a big fan. He's got 4 Deprive, 4 Echoing Truth, 4 Relic of Progenitus, and 3 Tech Edge. I'm a big fan of this. I really like it. Like, what plan you're trying to execute on, and you're playing a deck with a limited amount of card draw, but no card selection, no randomization. Like, once Alex presents his deck to his opponent, and his opponent cuts, that is the order that the deck is in. So there's no reconfiguring it. There's no shuffling. He is drawing the cards in the order that they're in. And because of that, if he wants to see a card, he needs to play multiple copies of them. He needs to be playing 4 of all of these cards in order to see one. So that's why I like the 4-ofs of everything in this. What I see coming in here is Tech Edge. Tech Edge and Tech Edge, Deprive, maybe even Echoing Truth. What's going to come out is he doesn't need the Cavern of Souls. He doesn't need the Manamo. He doesn't need the Ouroboros. And I think he can swap out and then he can swap out Spell Pierce and Dismember. That's so easy. He gets to swap out his 3 utility lands for 3 better utility lands, and then his flex spells, Spell Pierce and Dismember for shit that actually matters in the form of Deprive and Echoing Truth. I love it. It's a very clear sideboard plan. I wouldn't be surprised if Alex is bringing in 11 cards here. Now, the Manamo at School of Water's Edge and the Ouroboros Palace in the Clouds, those are just basically islands that can't get choked. Right. They have a little bit more utility at that. Humble Greek, thanks for the follow. We appreciate it. And I think we saw someone else there, Chemist, if I saw that correctly. Thank you for the follow. We appreciate it. It's follows like that keep the They keep the stream going and growing strong.
So the Tron sideboard here, here's my thoughts. His sideboard, here we've got 3 Thragtusk, 3 Nature's Claim, 3 Thought-Knot Seer, 2 Spatial Contortion, and then a 1 of Warping Whale, Crucible, All Is Dust, and Relic. We're definitely going to see the 3 Nature's Claim and the All Is Dust and the Spatial Contortion. These are all really solid cards in this matchup.
Yeah.
I would bring in 1 or 2 Thragtusk over 1, probably a Worm.
You're bringing in the Spatial Contortion?
Mm-hmm, for sure. The main deck cards that don't matter so much here are the Walking Ballista, the Ulamogs, the World Breaker, and the Emrakul. You really want to drop your curve. You want to expect to be Spreading Seized.
Okay, and Craig's on the play here. I think I see a Thragtusk and a Forest in his hand, and we'll see what we got into Stirrings. So tell us a little bit about Stirrings, Connor.
Well, what's there really to say? It does what it does. You look at the top 5, and you get to grab a colorless card and put it into your hand.
It's pretty good.
Most of your
lends a lot of consistency to these decks. I don't think of it as a deck building restriction so much as a deck building privilege. You get to play Ancient Stirrings in your colorless deck.
Exactly. The deck is already a deck. Stirrings is just a card that goes in the deck. It's not like Stirrings makes it possible, and it's not like the deck absolutely needs Stirrings. And it's just like, hey, look, this deck that's already running, this colorless engine that has a lot of consistency. Hey, you get to play this 1 green crank.
I'm a little surprised to see the non-basic, like the Obero the Obero still in there. He had to have brought in his Tech Edges, right?
Yeah, you really just cut islands. The Oboro,
I guess you could. I guess you do.
The Oboro are just better than islands. And
Ghost Quarter, yeah, I guess so. I guess it doesn't really matter.
So you're like, if I even have a Field of Ruin, I guess.
Cavern probably got taken out, and then 2 islands. That's fine. That's the same thing. Okay, I'm about it.
Yeah, you don't tweak the lands.
I always tell Alex when he plays a Silvergill Adept and he reveals the creature to just leave the other creature on the battlefield. Just kidding. Just kidding. Don't ever actually do that. I just wonder if he could do that and how many people would get away with it. Just kidding. Don't ever actually do that. And now we see the gorgeous Grand Prix island. Just in case you wanted to know where he got it, it's right there. It's like having a brand, like a label on your shirt. Yeah, there's nothing special about this shirt. I just wanted you to know where I got it. It's like that island. I just wanted you to know I got this at a Grand Prix.
I like it because
Whatever.
It doesn't have the mana symbol on it. I don't dislike the mana symbol, but I just think that it's neat that it doesn't.
Hey, dude, they're trying out different things. Watermarks are another way to do that, and they look pretty cool when they're all shiny, like they do.
Oh yeah, for sure. I really like those. I still like my Onslaught foil John Avon Forest, so I didn't want to go out of my way to get the.
So we've got a Spreading Seas on a tower. That's a tower, right? Okay, so the one with the clearly a tower is a tower, but the one with kind of a tower is a mine.
Now I know you, Zach, can't tell from here, but it also says Urza's Tower on the card.
Yeah.
Twice.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
I just like making fun of the mine that looks like a tower.
Yeah.
That's the only one I like to make fun of. Oh, that and the bug, because that art is awful.
I love that one. That's my favorite.
That is so. What was going even on there? What's going through your what is going through your head there? What is the pillar? What's the pillar one? What one with the pillars? Is that?
It's a power plant.
That's a power plant. How are those pillars generating power?
Have you ever looked at a nuclear reactor?
You've told me this before.
It has pillars in it.
You've told me this before.
It was designed to look like fuel rods in a nuclear reactor.
Well, yeah. Well, you only know that because you're a nerd. I love you, buddy. Okay, so three lands was still enough to cast Oblivion Stone, and we're 1 land away from just being able to activate it.
It looks like you made an enemy in chat, my dude.
Me? I don't like masterpieces and invocations. I never said that I did. I like. I think the inventions. I think the inventions have a cool border, and I think the art on them leaves a lot to be desired. That is what I will say. I think what they've done playing around with the border in recent years is pretty cool, but outside of that, it leaves a lot to be desired, especially in the art. So I'll stand by my liking of interesting border configurations, but yeah, as far as the art on a lot of these cards, no, thank you. And I'm still not a fan of the foiling process, just because it warps cards. And we're really trying. Okay, so back to the game. We're trying to seal land. Didn't get it. That's an all stuff that he can't cast.
Looks like
okay, we're just gonna we're scooping it up here. Let's see if we can get. Let's see if we can get a backup match, because that did not take very long. We'll be back momentarily.